It's time to get casually uncomfortable. News Edition with your host, Chuck Jerome. Viewer discretion is advised. Sometimes I really do not believe that we are in the simulation that we are in, because this shit isn't real. You can't say this is real life. Okay? Because the motherfucker that is making 20 to 40 fucking times as much as the average fucking American makes is telling us that we need to be spending $5 on a fucking meal to eat throughout the day, and then to double down on the bullshit, this son of a bitch, RFK Jr., the U.S. Secretary of Health and Human Services, started a podcast called The Real Food Show. And what he's doing is he's demonstrating how to cook with whole, non-processed ingredients that is practical and budget friendly. First of all, this motherfucker can go fuck himself because everybody is struggling. You know, unless you're making six figures, you're fucking struggling. And if you're making six figures and you're struggling, then you can also go fuck yourself. But a lot of people are not. Shrinkflation is real. The price of everything going up is real. This is part of the simulation. Someone hit a couple of buttons, boop, 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 and said, raise the motherfucking prices. And guess what? It did. This was produced to promote affordable, nutritious meals that align with the updated dietary guidelines. The first meal that this motherfucker makes is crispy, wild Alaskan sockeye salmon cakes with arugula, apple, and white bean salad. And it says it's calculated at $4.91 per serving. That's serving, right? So, listen, the motherfuckers I know in my life, and a lot of people that I've talked to, they don't like reheating and having leftovers. Me, personally, I don't give a fuck. I will eat the same thing every week. Every day, every week, if I had to. But, you know, I don't. Sometimes I'll go, normally the most I've been going is 3 days. Maybe 4. But then I'm like, I got to switch it up. But if I had to, listen, there's been times when it's been the same fucking thing over and over. And you know, it is what it is. I can be a cheapy if I want to. But I guarantee you, after this motherfucker turns the cameras off and powers down the fucking lights in the room, he's like, oh, I'm not eating this shit. Give me that wild fucking buffalo I caught. You know, he's listen, this motherfucker is making more money than you could probably imagine. And he's not worried about $4.91 a serving. He probably gets his meals, eats what he wants, and then throws the fucking rest away. You know, listen. I love how the prices are jacked up and then they're telling us what to eat. And then they get ballsy enough to say, hey, we're going to start a fucking cooking show on how you can live and be fucking cheap. Because guess what? We're going to keep raising the prices. So you better learn to fucking love tuna. Dude, salmon. Dude, I went to the store and I saw some wild caught salmon. Listen, you're going to fucking pay for some wild caught salmon. This guy probably went out and fucking caught the salmon himself. You know what? I'm not doing anything this week. I'm just going to go catch some salmon. I don't have fucking any responsibilities. Fuck it. Let me go catch some of these salmons. He probably did that on the weekend. Did a little fucking cocaine and then fucking went out there and just caught some salmon. And think of it this way. Try to get your kids to eat some fucking Alaskan sockeye salmon cakes. Those motherfuckers want chicken nuggets and French fries. You're like, hey, little baby, here's your sockeye salmon cakes. And they're like, chicken nuggies, chalky milk. They don't give a fuck about arugula and apples. Hey, little baby, try some of this white bean salad. They're going to be like, what the fuck? No, get out of my face, bitch. Where's my chicken nuggies? You know how much a bag of chicken nuggies are? Probably fucking $10. So we're all fucked. That's all I'm saying. They're laughing in our faces, and now they're just making fun of us. They're just fucking making fun of us now. You don't have the money for this, but guess what? We're gonna make this show. And listen, if you don't have the money, this is what you could do. Next week, he's going to have fucking canned tuna, mayo, and fucking celery. Hey, this week, we're going to make chicken salad. And then for a side, we're going to take a fucking crusty potato, cut it up, and bake it in the oven. And you can have French fries. Oh, you need some kind of fucking vegetable? Oh, here's a fucking zucchini. Take your knife and put squiggly lines in it, cut it, and then put a little fucking baby oil on it. Because vegetable oil is probably $10 a fucking container. We are fucked. That's all I'm saying. And they're laughing at us while they eat filet mignon and the fucking Wagyu beef that they killed. They're like, you know what? I want that one. And then they go out to the field and they get the hammer and they get to hit the fucking cow in the head themselves because that's how much money they're making. I like that one. And they go, okay, here you go. Just fucking hit that bitch in the head. Man, this Wagyu tastes better when you fucking kill it yourself. And look, the only time I've honestly had like anything that was remotely Wagyu, my brother, he made hamburgers one day, and he said it was from a Wagyu cow. And the only reason I knew something was fucking up was because these burgers were like, I can't even explain the taste. They were fucking delicious. Delicious. And he made like small burgers. So I had like 5 or 6 of them. I fucked those burgers up. But every bite you could taste that something was different. It wasn't a regular burger. It was like silky smooth. He's like, yeah, that's that Wagyu beef. He's like, they couldn't use it for the steak, but they ground it up. I don't know what happened, but it was fucking phenomenal. And I'm hoping that he has some more because next time I go out there to hang out with him, I'm going to be like, listen, you gotta scrounge up some of them Wagyu burgers because them bitches was delicious. All right, let's keep moving on. Maybe I'll talk about that on a Monday. All right, check this out. A Georgia jogger had a run for her life after a stranger tried to run her down in a parking lot of the apartment complex that she lives in. This is why I just don't say anything to anybody. Fuck you, fuck off, leave me the fuck alone. Okay? Just in that order. Okay? Because what she did was she's out there fucking jogging, doing her thing. And she said hello to this guy. And she wished him a good morning. Hey, hello. Hope you're having a good morning. His response was to get into his vehicle and attempt to run her over 3 separate times. Listen, she escaped unharmed. She called 911 and she was talking to the dispatcher, and that's when he tried to run her over 2 more times. Listen, he sped away. He hit another car. Then he crashed into a pole. And when you look at the news article on Wednesday on Facebook, Casually Uncomfortable, you will see a picture of this guy, and he just looks like a fucking degenerate fuck. Like a hot piece of shit. Dude, we are fucked right now. The world, not even the world, the U.S. is just a crazy place to be. She said, hi, good morning, hope you're having a great day. And he said, fuck you, bitch, and tried to run her over. You know, this is as wild as that guy in Idaho. I wasn't even going to talk about this article. I mean, this, what happened. The guy in Idaho that was shooting up the people. I saw that on Instagram. And whenever I see something on Instagram, I always fact check it because personally, I thought it was a sick AI video. And I was like, oh my goodness, this guy is fucking shooting people. Motherfuckers couldn't even start their car because they're in their Tesla trying to charge that bitch up. And this guy comes out, pow, pow, pow. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I Google it and I'm like, is this real? Like, what happened here? And Google's like, hey, yeah, that's fucking real. And I'm like, what? Like, come on, man. And then to top it off, he was a cock-sucking motherfucking piece of shit because you know what he did? He killed himself. He couldn't even face the music of his crimes and his actions. Those are the motherfuckers where I wish we had some kind of resurrection chamber and we could bring these people back and just let people beat the fuck out of them. You want to die? Cool. We're going to beat you to death. No sticks, no stones, just fists and feet. But we don't, so we can't. But that's wild. You know, that's the fucking world we're living in. And nobody knows what his motives were because he killed himself. But now they're going to find some kind of fucking video or a fucking secret note or, a letter or something hidden somewhere in his fucking house saying how rough his life was and how he was bullied and bullshit like that. Dude, growing up, you know what bullying did to people? It fucking toughened them up. It made them understand that they can't just do whatever they want and that they need to fucking tighten up and get their shit together. They weren't going around gunning people down. No, if you were bullied, listen, you toughened up. That was it. That was all. You fucking got stronger from it. Now, you fucking hurt someone's feelings, they're ready to stab you in the fucking neck with a fucking rusty screwdriver. Be careful out there, folks. That's all I'm saying. Be careful out there. All right, let's switch it up. Let's talk about something funny. And funny happens to be in New Jersey. Right, we're going to go out to New Jersey. So the New Jersey Police Department went undercover to catch distracted drivers. And an officer dressed like a shrub. And for a 6-hour span, he helped issue 74 citations to drivers that were distracted by devices. Your phone, your fucking in-car TV, your screen, whatever you want to call it. Motherfuckers are watching full movies going down the road. Like, okay, I get if you want to put a movie on and listen to it, but you cannot stare at that bitch for 20 seconds. Like, that's a great part. No, like if you want to put something on, there's a lot of, like when I'm driving sometimes, I'll put on Kill Tony, the podcast. I don't want to listen to it. I prefer to have the video on, but I'm not staring at the video. You know, when a new comedian comes out, you might glance at the screen for a second, and then now you have an idea of what the goofiness that these motherfuckers are saying, and now you have a face to the goofiness. But I'm not staring at the screen, giggling, laughing my head off. No. Like, I'm not a fucking psycho. So, there's pictures of the guy dressed as a shrub, and people don't notice it because they're fucking distracted. Like, it is getting out of control. And now that I'm driving a truck, I can see down into people's cars. I can see the motherfuckers looking at their phones. And not for just 1 second, not glancing at it, not hitting a button. No, they are looking at their phones. But then other people have accused the department of chasing revenue over safety because you are making a problem by distracting the drivers. Yeah, the motherfucker that is off in the corner that looks like a tree is distracting the drivers. Because, yeah, there was definitely a few drivers that happened to look over and was like, is that a guy in a fucking tree costume? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, but that was few and far between. You know why? Because they were texting, they were Googling, they were fucking TikToking, Snapchatting, chit-chatting. They were doing it all. So don't fucking tell me. You know, and everybody's guilty. Everybody. I've been guilty of it. You've been guilty of it. And if you say you're not, you're a piece of shit liar. And I don't want to, don't you dare say you're not. Because there's been some point when you have been distracted by your cellular device. So don't lie to me. You're only lying to yourself. But yeah, now that this has happened, they're definitely going to start doing this in different cities. And people are going to be hooked. So get ready for the shrubs in your city. And we're going to stay in New Jersey, folks. So this happened. This started August the 1st. All restaurants in New Jersey will be required to follow the new Skip the Stuff law, which means all food service businesses, all food trucks, food courts, full service restaurants. Now, if you want single-use plastic utensils and condiments in your orders to eat in or to go, you have to physically fucking ask for it because you will not get it. I know places now like fast food places that do that. If you don't ask for it, you don't get it. Hey, where's my spoon? You don't ask for it, you don't get it. Unless you're going to Wendy's and getting a motherfucking Frosty, you ain't getting it. But I wonder how that's going to work. Because you need a spoon for a Frosty. And I shouldn't have to fucking ask for a spoon for a Frosty. But, hey, this might be across the board. Hey, listen. If you're in New Jersey, and you get some food to go and you want plastic utensils, you better speak up. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Because you're going to be holding that piece of whatever it is in your fucking hands. Because you ain't going to have utensils. You ain't going to have napkins. You better have an extra shirt so you can wipe your fingers on it. Because Jersey, they ain't fucking around. No more. So they said, no, skip this stuff. We're going to save money. This one's called The Nasty Dash. There's a video out there of a DoorDash driver who is seen stopping at a person's house and emptying their colostomy bag before wiping their hands and then delivering food. This is why I don't like these services, because you don't know what fucking cretins are delivering your food. Half of these people, you look in their car and you're like, I don't want my food. If you saw how their houses and their cars looked, you would say, no, I'm okay. Skip the stuff. Because, look, these people just need money. Maybe they need money to do laundry, to fucking, get their electric on so they can vacuum the fucking floor, or this and that, or they need the money to get some bug spray because their house is infested. You don't know. I don't want to know. There's too many nasty people out there for me to say, oh, I want to get this food delivered. These motherfuckers could be digging in your food, eating up all your fries, and then shake up the container to make it look like they never touched anything. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know. But now everybody has a fucking Ring camera, which sucks because now the Ring cameras can be infiltrated by the flock cameras and the flock system or whatever the fuck it is, So we shouldn't even have to tell the police. They should be watching. They are watching. They know what's going on. I mean, they shouldn't be watching, but they are watching, and they should be arresting people. Like if they saw a motherfucker emptying their colostomy bag. Listen, I don't even want to keep saying that. That's nasty. I'm going to go eat later, and I don't want to think about that. And this is why you just got to make your food yourself. This is exactly why. But it's not, everything's fucking processed. Everything's a lie. Hey, I'm gonna create this show where it's not ultra processed food. Yeah, no. That salmon, it's got dyes and all kinds of bullshit in it. Don't fucking lie to me. But yeah, don't use those services. Go out and get your food. Go to the fucking grocery store. Take a second, go for a little walk through the grocery store, put some earbuds in, make a list, go there, enjoy yourself, listen to part of your book, pick your food up, take it home, cook it yourself. You will feel 10 times better. I guarantee it. You will. I fucking guarantee it because I love doing that. I put headphones in. I don't give a fuck about the people around me. Now, if you're, in the middle of the aisle, I might take one headphone out and kind of push past you and hope that you say something to me. Because I'll turn around. At this point, I'm just going to flick you off. Or I might just say your mother. And, fuck it. If I get shot, I get shot. Fuck them. But people can't just do what they want. And it's always a motherfucker standing in the middle of the aisle as you're just trying to go by. Quietly, calmly. And they're like, oh, you're trying to get by? Yeah, asshole. Fucking move your cart before I flip it over. All right, I got a few more articles. I don't want to get too crazy this week. Now we're going to move on down to Georgia. There is a kid who has autism, and he has been disciplined more than 30 times and suspended more than 14 times And what he did was, their breaking point was, he had a sandwich and he bit the sandwich into the shape of a gun, and then he pointed it at another student, and they were like, we're done. We are done. So they suspended him, you know, and now, you know, like, he has autism. He doesn't understand what the fuck's going on. He just knows now that he's been isolated for some wild reason. But I mean, I don't know. I saw this article and I just wanted to talk about it. You know, I'm not making fun of anybody or anything like that, but you know, I don't know. What do you do? Like I said, disciplined more than 30 times, suspended more than 14 times. What do you do before they become a fucking problem, a complete problem? You know, what if he gets a hold of a gun? What if he gets a hold of a fucking knife or, you know, some kind of weaponry, and now he's coming at somebody? So you don't know. You don't know. So yeah, I don't know. That's a tricky subject right there. But I hope they figure it out. I really do. Yeah. This article, it's called Round Up. This woman went to Goodwill, and I go to Goodwill quite a bit, and they always ask, hey, do you want to round up for, you know, the kids? And I'm like, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I feel bad. I do feel bad, but I know that they're probably not using that money for what they're using it for. I've talked about this before. They're probably taking that money, using it as a tax write-off, or lining their pockets, you know, because they're doing it every year. They're doing it every fucking year. And these places are making buku bucks that they can help these kids out without asking me for more damn money. Because they've already jacked the prices up on all the bullshit at thrift stores. So you're not going to doubly fuck me. But this woman went in. They asked her to round up. She said no. The employee was like, it's just a penny. And the woman's like, look, no, I don't want to. And then someone else jumped in and was like, you don't want to round up? Like, oh, what do you mean? And then another person jumps in and is like, yo, why aren't you going to donate to charity? And the woman's like, look, listen, I donate to charity separately. I'm not doing it here and there. Like, no. So this woman is being accosted by 3 people in a fucking Goodwill. I would have lost my mind. You would have seen Chuck Jerome on the internet, like, losing his shit. Like, how about you mind your fucking business, Maud? Go fucking search for whatever bullshit knickknacks you're looking for and get out of my motherfucking face. I would have lost my mind. I would have cussed everybody out. Cash me out so I can get out of this motherfucker. Because fuck you, and fuck you. And then I would have said some shit that would have made them fucking cry later on that night. So the woman did get what she needed, but dealing with all that rigmarole, there's no fucking way. No. Dude, I don't even know what I would have done. I would have lost my mind. That's all I'm saying. The cashier, a random person, and then another random person? Why I'm not spending more of my fucking money? I'd have been like, look, both of y'all motherfuckers, all 3 of y'all motherfuckers put up $20 for these kids. Do it. They'd be like, oh, I can't do that. I don't got $20 for the kids, and shut the fuck up. Did you hear about this story back in 2025? Actually, you probably didn't. But this teacher who weighed over 350 pounds stepped on the back of one of his students with both feet for about 10 seconds. Okay. The teacher admitted to doing this. He said he felt that the class wasn't taking the security drill seriously. He did this to 2 separate children. Excuse me, 3 separate children. He stepped on their backs. One, he kind of stepped over them, stepped on them, stepped over them. Not a double foot, 10 seconds, stand. Listen, don't suspend that teacher. If I was a student, if I was the parent, listen, I can't even talk because I'm thinking of the ways that I would beat the shit out of that fat bastard. He's got to perform over 90 hours of community service, write a letter of apology to each of the kids, and pay $2,250 in fines and fees. And then he would also have to pay in blood because I'm going to beat the bacon off of that fat fuck. You're stepping on my kid. Listen, this is why sometimes I think the good Lord was like, listen, you don't need kids right now because I understand that listen to me. Let me tell you something right now. My kid comes home and says, hey, I'm like, look, what's wrong, little Chucky? And he's like, hey, Dad, we had a fire drill today and the teacher got mad and stepped on my back. Now I'm going to say, what the fuck? Actually, it wouldn't be a fire drill. It would be like, a fucking shooter drill, active shooter drill. And he said we weren't taking it seriously, so he stepped on my back. And now, just like I was laughing a second ago, that would be the first, my instinct would be just laugh. Because, like, dude, you have a very vivid imagination like your old man. And then he's like, no, Dad, look. And he pulls his shirt up, and he has 2 fucking shoe prints on his fucking back that looks like a motherfucker over 300 pounds was surfing on his back. Dude, I am going to drive to that school the next day, and the first period of class would see me beat the ever-loving shit out of that teacher. I'm pulling the blackboard off the wall. I'm hitting them with it. I'm grabbing chairs. I'm grabbing computers. I'm grabbing fucking paperweights off the desk. This son of a bitch won't know what hit him. You're stepping on a child? Dude, that just doesn't even sound real. But this is real. And I love how the justice system is so behind. Because like I said, this happened in March of 2025. It is fucking August, and we're just really hearing about it. 2026. All right. Yeah. All right. Look, let me get out of here before I get all worked up and fucking have to go to the hospital on some imaginary shit. Why are you here, Mr. Jerome? Oh, I was doing the news articles, and I was thinking about how if this teacher who stepped on a kid, it was my kid, and now I'm here because my blood pressure got too high. So I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to take my leave. So, yeah. As always, folks, thank you for joining me, checking out these articles, because I always find some doozies, and we're just living in a wild simulation. So, it shouldn't surprise me. But every fucking week, it surprises me. And hey, it gives me something to talk about. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and hit that music. Don't forget, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Casually Uncomfortable, Twitter @CasuallyUnchuck. Let your friends know. All right, have a wonderful weekend. Be safe, have fun. I'll see you Monday. We'll keep it going. Keep it moving. Keep it grooving, cause that's what I do, baby. All right. I'll talk to you later. Don't be a piece of shit. Peace.